Coastal survival starts above the tide line. Seek high, flat ground sheltered from the wind and away from soft.
Salt water is a trap. To find fresh water on the coast, dig a shallow pit a few feet behind the high tide mark. Let the salt water seep in and wait.
Sun and wind are the main threats on the beach. Use large pieces of driftwood or scavenged materials to...
The intertidal zone is a consistent food source. Look for mussels, clams, and oysters clinging to rocks or...
If you catch fish or game, use the fat. Rendered animal fat or oil placed in a shell or...
In clear, shallow tidal pools, a fishing spear is highly effective. To signal by day, you need thick, white smoke. Build a small, hot fire and smother it repeatedly with freshers. Coastal environments offer excellent natural cordage. Strip and process the fibers from husks of dead coconuts.
The brown and green varieties are safe and highly nutritious. Avoid any that are unnaturally bright blue or purple.
In dry coastal sand, a solar still is an excellent backup for hydration.
Sea breezes are relentless and will eventually tear apart weak structures. Anchor your shelter deep into the sand.
The ocean is a clock. Learn your local tide cycles. They dictate foraging, travel, and fishing.
Leaving no trace is essential, especially on the coast. Burn what you can, pack out everything else. When a knife dulls or is lost, sharp shell fragments are viable alternatives. Find a large, curved shell and...
Fantastic. The best fishing is often beyond the breakers. Lash together 3 or 4 thick logs or dry bamboo pieces to create...
The green coconut provides immediate hydration and soft meat. To crack the husk, find a sharp, embedded...
Sleeping off the ground is crucial for safety and temperature regulation. A strong, salvaged piece of canvas or...
Remain calm, restrict movement, and apply firm pressure immobilization over the entire limb. Focus on slowing the venom's spread.
Coconut husk fibers are excellent tinder, even when slightly damp. Shred the dry brown fibers.
Coastal scorpions hide in driftwood or under rocks. Treat a sting immediately by washing the area, applying a cold compress.
When the tide recedes, many small fish are trapped in isolated tidal pools. Use rocks and sticks to further...
The bowline knot is the king of knots for survival. It forms a reliable loop that will never slip, essential for rescue, hoisting...
Sunlight reflecting off the water and white sand causes severe eye strain and can lead to snow blindness.
Shorebirds are active scavengers but wary. Use fine snare wire or thin, strong cordage to set small... The coastline is littered with dangers. Broken glass, rusted metal, and fishing line.
Cooking skewer allow you to cook meat and fish safely over a fire.
If hunting in open terrain, bolas are an effective tool for birds. Attach 3 or 4 heavy stones or rigid shell weights to lengths of cordage and tie them together.
Swimming in rough coastal water is exhausting. If you must cross, secure empty water bottles, sealed plastic containers, or...
Weaving mats provides ground cover, extra shelter layers, and a surface for food preparation. Use long...
To scout for birds or resources in high trees without straining your neck, use the water's reflection. Stand next to a still tidal pool.
Certain types of fibrous tree bark, when peeled, pounded, and moistened, can be used as a strong, natural bandage material or a compression wrap.
If you lack metal containers, use the hot rock method to boil water. Heat smooth, dry, non-porous rocks in your fire until glowing.
For rescue, your camp must be visible from a distance. Tie a long piece of brightly colored salvaged cloth or plastic.
Oysters cling to submerged roots or rocks, while clams are buried just below the sand's surface. Look for small holes.
Bamboo is nature's plumbing. To create a secure carrier, cut a long length of bamboo, ensuring the internal nodes remain intact at the bottom of each segment.
The taut line hitch is indispensable for the camp. It creates a tensioning loop that slides easily to adjust length, allowing you to
Use the ebb and flow of the tide for basic hygiene. The outgoing tide carries waste away from the shore. Use clean seawater and sand as an abrasive.
Coastal scrub is home to small rodents and legomorphs. Set a simple snare.
Transporting gathered resources requires a durable container. Use long, flexible vines, tough grass, or inner ball.
Insects and biting pests are a constant annoyance. Create a line of defense around your sleeping areas.
The most effective signaling device by day is the mirror. Use a piece of broken glass, a clean CD, or a
Once the milk is consumed, the coconut meat provides essential calories and fat. Scrape the meat out and if you lack dedicated line, use the longest, strongest fibers available: sinew, horsehair, or tightly twisted plant.
The fisherman's knot is used to securely join two lines of equal size, essential for creating long lengths of rope.
To maximize output from the solar still, add green, moisture-rich foliage or crushed cactus pads into the pit around the collectibles.
A basket trap utilizes fish's tendency to follow structure. Weave a conical basket with a one-way entrance from pliable vines. Walking barefoot on the coast exposes you to sharp shell, coral, and stingrays. Create temporary footwear by cutting. If attacked, aim for the eyes or soft nasal area. Always keep your base camp high and secure. In tropical coastal storms, rainwater is your cleanest source of hydration. Rig a large tarp or colonial.
Salt is highly corrosive to wounds and debilitating to the body. Regularly rinse any open cuts or exposed skin.
During daylight, smoke is more visible than flame. Once your signal fire is roaring, pile on green veggies.
Hermit crabs are exceptional bait, particularly their soft abdominal meat. Crack the shell carefully to extract the meat.
The hard inner shell of the coconut makes a perfect reusable bowl or drinking cup.
The tide is a powerful tool. To move extremely heavy logs or rocks needed for walls or large weirs.
wind is predictable on the coast. Use low-lying smoke to push small game, rabbits, rodents, out of dense scrub towards your snares or hunting zone.
In coastal regions, everything gets wet.
Many seaweeds are edible and offer vital trace minerals and iodine. Look for firm, colorful specimens.
The biggest enemy is complacency. Maintain your routine. Check traps, fortify camp, and process food, regardless of success.
Leaving no trace is essential, especially on the coast. Burn what you can, pack out everything else.
Crabs and small crustaceans are a steady food source. Use a simple loop of cordage or wire secured to a piece.
On the coast, the horizon provides a clear reference point. Locate key constellations like the Southern Cross.
Water can be scarce, but sand is abundant. Use fine, dry edges.
The sun is relentless on the water. Prevent sunburn and heat exhaustion by covering up and hydrating constantly. Greens are essential for vitamins. Look for sea beans, sea asparagus, or sea rockets growing high on the beach, away from.
At night, light travels furthest. Dig a long, narrow trench parallel to the beach, fill it with your hottest coals, and add dry fuel.
Rip currents are invisible but deadly water hazards near the shore. Look for a narrow channel of churning, dark, or foamy water moving.